Peace and blessings, family. This is Adara Moselle back with another weekly wisdom. And in this video, I would like to talk a little bit about the perspective of love and where it comes from. Now, I know this may rub a couple people the wrong way, possibly, hopefully receive it with love and just take it. It's just perspective submission. I'm just submitting to you some ideas about love and the way that we can put it in perspective that is more healthy and powerful than the one that we normally have, such as that people love us and they give us love, they show us love, all this type of stuff. But really, nobody gives love. They just invoke feelings of love within you. So somebody does something and you feel loved from that thing. Or they say something that makes you feel loved. Or they treat you a certain type of way. Or the energy that you two have makes you feel loved. And based on those feelings of love, you return acts of service, such as hugging them back, calling them, caring for them, being considerate of them, thinking of them and buying them things or helping them out of situations because you love this person, right? This person invokes feelings of love within you, and those feelings inspire you to help them when they reach out for it. Or you don't want to see them in a bad place because you care for this person and what they represent to you, or the things that you've shared with this person inspire and evoke feelings of love within you. On the reverse, somebody talks down to you. Say you go to a restaurant and somebody makes you feel disrespected because of the way they're talking to you. Deep down, really what you're saying is you're not treating me the way I deserve to be treated or the way that makes me feel loved. I don't feel loved here. Matter of fact, I feel the opposite. And now I'm about to battle against it. And it evokes feelings of anger, frustration, shame, all of this stuff, right? But those feelings are all within ourselves. So what this conversation really is about is emotion compulsion, right? So we don't want to be compelled by our emotions. So we want to look at ourselves. So if I feel that I'm not receiving the acts of service such as attention, compassion, patience, understanding that I would like from my partner, and those are the things that I require to feel loved, when something happens and that separation happens and that person is no longer in my life, do I know that that love never went away because it was with me? It's always been with me. And what I'm doing now is learning how to either soothe the harm or the wounds that came from that and work through that, but continue to love myself and know that I'm not losing anything. I'm not losing anything. I'm just losing a catalyst or activation. You see what I'm saying? So oftentimes, and this is a very stoic perspective on love, right? Because I'm taking kind of the emotion out of it a little bit, and let's kind of look at it from a systemic and structural viewpoint. Okay, certain touches release certain hormones. There are love hormones. There are things that make you feel connected to people. The vagus nerve helps you feel compassion. There are structures within your body that trigger love, anger, this thing and that thing. Boom, boom, boom. So if we know that the response is coming from the system, then our spirit man and our mind should know that we should not necessarily do all of our actions based on the stimulus coming from the system. We have to look at it. So when the stimulus of the system is overwhelming the mind and the spirit body, then the feelings of anger and frustration, all that takes a toll on us much deeper. And this is why we meditate. So we can observe ourselves and watch the feelings come up and go down and see the source of them. Because as we watch them come up, we're seeing where they came from. So when this person says something to me in the moment that offends me or takes me back, instead of being immediately offended, I can sit back, think about it, receive it or not, analyze it, run it through the system, hit the checks like, okay, shade. Did I do anything to cause this? Yes, no, maybe, possibly, yes, no, Is any of this valid? Yes, no. How should I respond? Blah, 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 blah. What would make me happiest in this moment? What is most important to me in my life? Peace. So therefore, I'm not about to go back and forth with you. I'm trying to cut it. So I see that you are invoking feelings within me that overload my system that are not healthy for me. And me engaging in this is no longer peaceful to me. And peace is my utmost priority because I love myself. And peace invokes love in me, for me. I know this is a lot, but let's roll with me here. This is complex information. So let's say you have an encounter with somebody and you have an amazing sexual experience, like right off the gate, and now you just want to text them and call them and be up under them all the time. And you sit back instead now, because you're like, okay, they release some hormones, for sure. They definitely release some hormones. I'm definitely feeling this connection, and the connection and stimulation I got really makes me excited, and it really stimulates all of my receptors that like feeling alive and all this stuff, and I'm into it. I'm all the way into it. But again, we sit back and we look like, okay, my system's overloaded in all the great ways. You know what I mean? But am I seeing clearly what this person is really representing? Is what they're showing me pure? Is do, and I'm not necessarily compelled to be all up underneath them. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to think, I'm going to weigh my options, I'm going to observe myself. Is this something I want? Yes. What's the next step? Clarifying whatever your next steps are, presenting myself in a way that they liked and would evoke feelings of love within them, respecting boundaries, boom, boom, boom. And as I respect those boundaries, even though it hurts my feelings, I'm going to sit back because this is what's required. You know, it's a whole different mindset instead of I met this person, we had this engagement, and if they don't show me all these things, then now I'm going to feel like I'm unlovable because I did the things that I think would invoke love within them and they're not showing it back to me. So it must mean that I am broken, or I am not worthy, or I can't find love, or do. When you look at it in a systematic way, you'll notice that there are this thing can be hacked, is what I'm trying to say. This thing can be hacked. I know this is kind of a lot. You know what I mean? I know this is kind of a lot, but the perspective of wielding your power is something that is counterintuitive to us sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, we are always thinking that we have to be, we've been sold a bad bill of goods on love and on everything else like that. Yes, you are love, 100%. So if you're love, can't nobody take it away or give it to you. You already exist in it. You are it. So therefore, just like, anyways, you are it. So you can choose how much you delve out and don't delve out. You can recognize it in others. You can recognize it in the world. You can see where it's missing and you can add some to it if it's up to you. You see what I'm saying? So I pray this makes sense. I pray this makes sense. If not, I'm going to try again. But, yeah, nobody gives you love. They just invoke the feelings of love within you. All right.